And hello, everybody. We are still online if you're still joining us for Omega Strike number 1 by Amplify. And you're still stuck with me and Borg, for that matter, because we now have losers finals of this event between PP and OTP, which certainly will not be confusing at all as we continue going through with this tournament. And also Borg has been changed
I'm not
to
Brickbat. I'm not Brickbat. It is me. As you can see, my beautiful face.
You cannot see his face, actually. Unless you've also transformed to being both Brickbat and Chibi anime girl.
I'm whatever you want me to be, K-Bot.
How about my co-caster? Does that work?
I could be that. Yeah, sure. Let's run that for the next,
Perfect.
Let's say an hour.
It might be a little more than an hour.
Let's keep this in it within an hour, guys. Come on.
Well, this is our second and last match of the tournament. Surely we want to cast. Surely you want to see Grands too, right, Borg? Sure.
We'll have to see if I'm up for Grands. Maybe you guys will be lucky enough to have me for that. I'm getting a little bit we're getting unprofessional for this cast. We had NASL, right. Got to stay nice for that one, but got to be a little bit funnier, a little bit more unprofessional for this Amplify tournament. Haven't caught any of it, so you're going to have to catch me up on it a little bit at K-Bot. I'm looking at the bracket here, and pretty interesting kind of looking here. What is a I see Oshino Coreflip at the Grand Finals. That's definitely a new team that has been playing extremely well recently. How have they been playing overall in this tournament?
They've been playing pretty well so far. I think they were the team that went undefeated in Swiss, if I had to guess. No, actually, they lost their final match to the Powerhouse Defenders, who was able to take that one. But now the Powerhouse Defenders got knocked out by this PB team that we're about to see, and sent on down to losers to get knocked out by OTP as well. So there's a weird, triangle relationship there in terms of how those teams are interacting with one another. But Oshino Coreflip certainly has had a strong play today. Other things I'm surprised with here, Oshino Coreflip actually beat the Kitten Hunters, and then the Kitten Hunters dropped their losers match. It's listed on the bracket due to a DQ. I have to imagine that's probably because they were in 2 tournaments at once, and the bracket couldn't wait for them in one of them. So they had to drop out there. That was Kainoob, Gumi, and Liari. So that incredibly strong roster has already been taken off. And like I said, Powerhouse Defenders have been on a bit of a tear lately, but got knocked out by OTP, who was also able to get the one-up on Glorious Ignition as well. So that brings us to where we are now. As you mentioned, Oshino Coreflip waits and Grands, and it's the losers final best of 3 here between PP and OTP. And I will probably start saying blue side and red side. Because I won't be able to keep things straight. There's just too many P's.
Yeah,
I'll say it.
The OG PP boys coming in here. No average Alex. I would believe it is Wook here, the OG kind of member in the beta squad. But honestly, what's the other tournament going on here? I honestly, I'm lost today. I got no clue what's going on. I wasn't even planning on being home today.
There was it was like a random tournament that took place.
Oh, okay.
Or it was some randomizer tournament. I don't recall precisely what the rules are, other than Kuyachi has now dropped a bracket link for me, which also is a tournament that is still going on. So we'll see what precisely comes out of that. Oh, it's Random Strikers.
Ooh, the wacky tournament. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a
Random
big
Striker tournament. Where a lot of folks are playing. So 2 tournaments going on today, one of which being a little more traditional, the other one of which Random Strikers. And multiple teams were in both tournaments simultaneously trying to play the matches. But now doesn't matter because we're finally into our first game of this losers final, starting on Atlas's lab here. And Finny is enabled in this tournament. So we've seen that at least once so far today on stream, and might even be looking to see it again here in a moment.
Yeah, Finny. I've been playing a ton of this character actually on the good old Gerben account. Finny, for any knowers out there. Yeah, so been playing it a bit goalie, playing it a bit forward. I mean, I'm a little tired of playing these brawlers. You know what? I've been playing them for so long. Pretty much every single one except for Asher. Don't enjoy that character. But other than that, I mean, I've been playing them for so long, kind of what I do in all the tournament plays as well. I figured, you know what, let's learn a new role, let's learn goalie, get that up to Omega. I believe it's mid-chow right now, that account. But I've been enjoying it. I think the character is incredibly strong, if not a little bit broken, to be honest with you, as most released characters in games tend to be. Her ultimate definitely seeming a little bit imbalanced overall. Very, very difficult. Might, you know, have to see. I don't really know how they should nerf it. If they do, definitely seems very strong. Maybe there's just some tech that we don't know about yet. As we actually see, let's look at the comps here. Katsuna on the X. We got Bloom on the Finny and Barb Pilot on the Vice. And we got Fiery on the Zentara, Wook on the Rune, and Maddie on his patented Kai.
The Aerials and Monumental start, I believe. I couldn't catch what the Last Awakening was. We'll get that in a moment, but nonetheless, as we keep on rolling here, actually, I'll pull it up and clip it. Yeah, it was Monumental. I was right.
Okay. Yeah.
But comes through here and already see Goal Barrier starting off. Now, actually, Goal comes through there as well as Fiery's able to put it away for the side of PP.
All in, I mean, does it to him. Fiery, actually my student now. Did a coaching session with him, you know, showed him a little bit of stuff on the Zentaro. Definitely got him kind of up to speed on that character. And I mean, so far we're looking at it, definitely feels like he's improved a little bit, kind of a couple lessons learned. Great play here, not able to quite get the barrier. Well done, a good clear from Barb Pilot there as he almost has the core flip. Fiery looking for it again, not able to find it, but Wook bringing it through with the help of Maddie's Barrage. Able to get the first barrier here in this second point.
Now, of course, stalls out in that corner. Emotes pop it up on screen. Might as well. Okay, Borg, what is the context behind this cause? Because that just missed me.
Okay, so the context isn't as important as just the emote itself. It's basically
I hear you.
From the Alpha Red Rivals, I believe. It was, I think, Vaughn's teammate, one of his teammates there, and they did win that event, so all of them got to put whatever emote they wanted into the thing. So the Sad Boys emote, you know, Vaughn put that into the game as well. You have been seeing that, as well as, you know, Colin decided, let's put that in the game. And I'm loving it. I have it on both my accounts. I mean, even after this dies down, I'm going to be spamming it all the time. This is my new XDD. I love this thing.
That is a bold claim.
I love the non-cropped, like, just shit emotes. I mean, they're so good. They're so good. As we see X just destroying everybody here, making X look strong. Katsuna, great player in their own right. I mean, a lot of these kind of release players, like Barb Pilot and Katsuna, both, I believe, release players. You know, PP Legends, or these aren't even the Legends, these are just the PP boys. Definitely have been playing in beta for a while, and same with Maloom as well. But lesser known tournament players overall, as we see Oshino Coreflip, I'm pretty sure all of them are release players. So love to see the representation kind of going on in this tournament.
And now KO's starting to come through. Katsuna able to find one and had that Supernova up from Barb Pilot as well. Pressure will mount, finds the goal barrier and finds the goal as well. Beautifully done from everyone getting involved on that last goal. And we'll see how this continues to rack up, because one of the other things here, especially for OTPs, it feels like the damage is easier to come by. I think it's not to say that there isn't damage for the other side of the pitch, but it's a lot easier to find connections and find combos, I think, between the Vice, between the Finny, and the X as well.
So Finny Vice is absolutely broken, by the way, if anyone didn't know. Finny on her secondary does have a damage amp, so damage increase for about, I believe it's 7 seconds. It lasts a long time. We'll see if they get hit by a secondary. You can see a little purple smoke trail behind the characters that get hit, and that shows that they are debuffed. They will be taking a ton more damage, and the Vice and the X as well, just being able to absolutely just clobber them once they get hit by that. So we'll be seeing the damage numbers after this, and it won't really accurately represent the, I guess, the importance of the Finny. However, if you are paying attention to the game, you will definitely notice, as with Barb Pilot playing incredibly well here, has the core flip, able to find a kill onto Fiery. And the problem with the PP Squad team is that they kind of have a mix of static damage and burst, right? You have the Zentara, which has a lot of damage just coming through in general, but then you have the Giga Blast and, you know, the Rune one-shot damage that's always there as well. So not so much consistent damage as a great core flip there from Katsuna, and Barb Pilot actually somehow getting it through there, I believe, with the static.
Yeah, Thunderstruck comes through in order to come in, and Barb Pilot Top of the carousel here, and handful of awakenings that a lot of these players want their eyes on. And we'll go for the specialized training, increasing potential damage numbers coming from this Vice's Supernova.
Yeah, we get the big fish on the kite, denying the X. However, X is getting that tempo swing. Very, very strong training on the X, as his main issue is keeping his health bar high up. Spark going in through for Wook. We get Fire Up going on to Maloom, and then Orb Dancer. Not quite the best training for his Zentaro, but, you know, getting something out of it at the very least.
Hey, speed's never going to be a bad thing.
No.
That's you know, obviously you're like, oh, well, maybe you would have wanted a few other things, but you have to settle for speed. That's not the worst case in the world. And now, Borg, since we are taking a little bit more of a step back, walk me through, just from your perspective, more of the implications on these carousels without that infinite awakening online anymore. Because that's been completely taken off and dismantled now.
So I haven't even talked about that all day. I completely kind of forgot about it. I still look at the... it's almost like PTSD. I look at the Awakenings draft, the carousel, and I just still see the Awakening, or the Infinite sign, even though it's not there. I mean, kind of just destroyed my life for a little bit, not gonna lie there. But I'm very glad it's gone, as are basically every single competitive player in the game. But I guess the main difference, right, is you're not gonna get bailed out. You're really not gonna get bailed out. Say, for example, your WinCon. We really saw this a lot, especially in the Stagger Swagger meta, with running a core control comp against a kill comp, and you'd see them just get bailed out all the time with that Stagger Swagger, with that Unstoppable as well sometimes. Say, for example, you're running Erasmus on Amy Zap, and everyone gets Unstoppable. Game's not fun for you anymore, right? As Barb Pilot. Putting another one away, I mean, this guy in general, very, very cool, I guess, player. Kind of playing a lot of that Luna, a lot of that Vice in competitive, as Luna's not quite the same as she used to be, but very aggressive goalie, and I really always enjoy playing with and against them.
I will say Barb Pilot has been putting on a number here on the Vice goalie so far in this tournament. So many Thunderstrucks have been able to connect, and especially when you've got something like an Aerials at your start, that Thunderstruck covers the entire arena, basically, and as well with the damage coming in from the Supernova and all the combos we've been talking about so far. So many KOs happening on both sides of the pitch, but largely to the favor of OTP, who are now looking for a goal barrier here, and it still doesn't quite connect thanks to the anomaly that was there. Still looking for it, though, as now the anomaly cooldowns are down, and the goal barrier will fall in the process. Bloom going down to the bottom side. Core gets banished. Will hit the barrier as well, but the KO comes through as Katsuna finds the bell ringer. Maddie tries to collect the core, but will lose it in the process. And Wook is back. There's the anomaly again, trying to prevent this. Barb Pilot trying to control things for now. Core flip, away from the Giga Blast. Katsuna takes a shot, can't quite find it. Now the Oni's blade looks for the top corner, but it doesn't find it, and the stun comes through nonetheless. PP back on the board in the set.
Yeah, well played from them. Well played from Fiery, especially getting, unable to find that angle on the goal. However, does find the stun with his primary onto Barb Pilot, so there's no save happening there. Another shot from Wook, kind of scoring in there. And one thing I want to kind of talk about here is, whoa, as we see an insane KO there, as, however, they do trade both barriers for it. Not quite the best trade, however, they will be getting things out of this, including another KO, possibly another barrier coming in here. But the X, I mean, I don't even have time to talk. This game is just wild, as this Vice is killing everybody for the most part with the help of the X and the Finny damage amp, as we see there. Fade away into the goal. X just kind of taking it away. But real quick before this next round starts, the X, seen as kind of a weak striker coming into the recent metas, but I feel like on the enemy team, there's not too much damage on their side, right? So all X really has to do is evade those banishes, and then he's pretty much golden, especially with a Finny on his own team. Getting that damage amp, going to be doing so much more. And I mean, we've been seeing it all game.
Yeah, and again, Fiery low on health, has to retreat back to the goal area now. Tries to dodge around the bell ringer as well. Will be able to do just that, but even still, and look at this, the power core did like a quarter of their stagger bars. So much damage coming in from OTP, and makes this game incredibly difficult to play, not to mention some combos with the gravity well in the center of the map as well. But now, Wook on the pass to themselves, looking for this. Core flip used. Fiery tries to stuff with Barb Pilot, nice and patient for it. Gets rewarded for the effort with a gold barrier as well. Now, in the corner, Kitsuna still trying to bully some of these members around, but Wook is trying to find the dash away, but a nice misdirection is able to find the connection for the KO. Kitsuna, again, looking for the gold barrier, able to find it now. Misdirection out of Bloom again, will connect, but still can't get that core up to Kitsuna and can't quite put it back. There it is. Finally, the shot comes through just before the banishment. And it's OTP that'll take 2 sets.
Yeah, I mean, luckily this is the best of 3 for PP Boys because they are just getting completely outdrafted here in this comp. I believe it's just so much stronger. I think with that rune, you really have to play a different brawler. The Centauro not quite as good, you know, kind of pairing with these 2 characters comparatively to, say, maybe a Julie or a Rasmus. But, I mean, Vice, Finny, and then really just any brawler. It doesn't even matter at that point. Such a good comp. We're going to be seeing so much of it, especially in the next season of NASL when Finny is probably going to tear like everyone a new one. And unless they nerf her, I mean, we'll have to see. It is only the first week of release as kind of the draft here real quick. We got the twin drive on the X, missile prop for the Finny, very good. Peak performance on the Barb Pilot, rapid fire for Fiery, built different from Wook, and glass cannon, oh so important for the Giga Blast, aka Kai.
Also want to shout out, by the way, chat predictions not looking too good for the 5 of you that predicted. It was one person that put 20 bestie bucks on OTP, and they are real excited if they are actively watching. But as I say that, gold barrier is down, and PP might have an opportunity. Wook is forward, but now is completely staggered, finds the angle to the bottom corner nonetheless to put it away.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see PP coming in with a lot of outplays to win this game, and they can definitely do it. I mean, very strong team, NASL East members. However, I mean, they're going against kind of the fresh faces of the scene, and I'm excited to see them win it. I mean, I love the PP Boys. You know, all of them are definitely very, very, you know, aware of all of them, been playing with them for a long time, but I always love to see fresh faces. I love underdog stories, and this one not even looking like an underdog story as they're just tearing PP quite so new. This is wild. Look at this damage.
I mean, the damage combinations are just crazy. Finally, Vanish comes through. Kitsuna still not taken off the pitch, and then uses the energy reverse, picks up and steals away the orb. Kitsuna's X is taking up the definition of being the bully in the goal box on the other side of the pitch, but still can't find the goal barrier. Now is able to punch Maddie out, scores the core there, and a double KO as well as Bloom's able to find another. Kitsuna, easy barrier pickup. Now Barb Pilot forward, down to Bloom to put it away. And the damage numbers as the points go on, and these rallies keep getting extended, are just too much.
Yeah, and so much pressure Kitsuna is providing for the side of OTP allows Barb Pilot really to kind of do whatever they want, right? You just basically send out all their abilities, find so many of these barriers, find so much damage. You know, you only have so many evades in this game. And another thing to note with the X as well that we were talking about earlier is actually, I believe X has those Vam Braces. So earlier when X got very, very low off of that Banish, popped the core flip and then healed half their HP with the new buff Vam Braces. So definitely very strong, but so are, you know, the PP Boys still looking good as they get the second barrier here and are on a power play, looking to score. Fiery putting it in the top shelf. Very good positioning there from him.
Well done by Fiery to capitalize on that. Little Rocket League moment there as a double commit down to the bottom corner for both Kitsuna and Barb Pilot. Com's not quite working on the defensive side there, and now maybe has an opportunity to take a set back away. Question will be, though, even if they do take the set, will they be able to fully swing things back with some of the carousel traps? I mean, we'll have to wait and see, because I can't imagine this damage is going to fall off anytime soon, as, oh my goodness, Kitsuna, once again, feels like it's just exploding in the goal box. So many low stagger bars, and finds yet another bell ringer as well. Barb Pilot finds the KO and the finishing blow. Fiery, core flip, just stalls for a little bit more time. And that'll be the end of the power play here, most likely. Not able to find the goal this time around. But nonetheless, might actually be DP's turn to send it back the other way. Now he's looking for the pass here as well. Bloom, low on stagger. Fiery dashing in, looking for the top corner, and will do it there. First set on the board for PP.
Yeah, I mean, OTP found a lot of pressure there, but I think that round, those last 2 rounds really, is PP found a way to, I guess, survive through all of it. They were able to play their lives a little bit better. And wow, Fire gets rewarded. He gets the juice, baby, the juice! So I do believe he will be taking the Super Surge. Might have to take the Extra Special away, actually. I do actually agree with this. The Extra Special, I mean, as well as Super Surge is, as good as Super Surge is, excuse me, I'm pretty sure he already has aerials from the beginning, now that I'm remembering. And the Extra Special taking away from the Finny and the Vice, both scary with the Extra Special, leaving Super Surge for actually the X. We're going to see some big headbutts here with the Twin Drive 2. Catalyst on the Maddie, not going to matter too much. Hot Shot, which is going to be huge for the Rune, and then Deadeye for the Finny, which... if you don't know how her primary works, she sends it backwards, and then it can go forwards, which is basically automatic Deadeye value as it's already going that far. So, wow, as we see there, just so much damage coming through. And one thing that OTP is doing so incredibly well this game is we see Katsuna fly across the map, headbutt, baby, going through his... look at this damage. Look at all of his abilities comboing together, right? Look at how Barb Pilot is playing. If you want to learn how to play Vice goalie, Barb Pilot is a great person to watch because they are just waiting until something happens, either Katsuna or Malum uses an ability, comboing off of that and getting so much damage.
No, I am no longer going to be able to play this. I'm just going to laugh every single time Katsuna goes flying across the map. Because, by the way, I think his Twin Drive as well was able to steal that away earlier. And it's just going to be so goofy. Look, when was on a diagonal, it still went basically the entire height of the map. It's just going to be goofy for the entire rest of the game here. Paired up with all the damage. Look, able to just find the KO, goes cross-country flight in order to find the KO, and goes on a 6 KO streak. Now, punches that one back as well. Supernova out. There's core flips exchange. Katsuna's still not able to find the goal barrier here.
Yeah, I mean, unable to find the goal barrier. As the PP boys are, I'll keep on calling them the PP Legends. I'm so used to that name now.
Yeah.
Either way, I mean, only one player difference, but it might make all the difference as the Rune has been showing up these last couple points. Great banishes, finding these pillars. As Barb Pilot coming in from the goal box with that eject button, getting that last barrier finally. Katsuna flying in, able to take out Maddie here any second now, but Fiery does have the core flip right in front of the goal box. Nothing Barb Pilot can do. I mean, well played there from the PP boys.
Well done in order to find that one, and so it took him everything they had, though. Especially, again, like I was saying, for the X to just be able to, I don't know. There's some meme here about, like, hey, come over, my parents have left me for the night, you know, and the X is just bull rushing with aerial super surge. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Come over, my parents have left me for the night. I like that. I want to see people talk to me like that as Katsuna. Oh my goodness, I don't want him coming anywhere near me with that bull rush, because that is freaky. Coming into the top corner, carrying the core basically all the way. And very well played. I mean, Katsuna, one of the new names that has been kind of very well praised among the Hylo community for being kind of a very, very good. For not being in the game, excuse me, for that long, as we see the core flip not quite going to be doing anything. I believe the static off of Barb Pilot actually taking that one away. Maddie Barrage just passed away, but might pass away in general here as the bull rush comes through, unable to find it. Maddie playing his life so perfectly as Katsuna finding the barrier anyway, but look how low they are. They're getting pinballed around like this, and it's only a matter of time before they score, Kayvon.
6 KO streak for Barb Pilot, 8 KO streak for Katsuna, and Malum is able to put it away. OTP takes game 1 in this best of 3, and what a performance from the entire team and how they're able to set everything up. You know, one of the other things here is that you're not going to have everything to talk about, and it's not necessarily surprising that Malum especially wasn't as present as maybe Barb Pilot or Katsuna, because sometimes that Finny plays a little bit more supportively, but certainly was a fantastic addition to the damage, not only with the amount that she can do herself, but the double take, applying that debuff, as you mentioned, and 41,000 there for the X as well on the damage numbers is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they all were at least, like, I think everyone on PP was below, like, 15k. Like, they were all within the 10k range, and everybody was above 25k on the side of OTP. So definitely, I do really think that was mainly a comp diff, team comp, a little bit better on the side of OTP. A lot more damage coming through, and they were able to kind of get rewarded with a lot of with a lot of awakenings to benefit that playstyle. Still, I think PP had some, they got a set, and they were definitely getting some points when it didn't seem like they really should, as Fiery found a couple dashes, found a couple outplays, as we're seeing here, and Wook as well, finding a couple banishes. So I don't think it's over yet. I think that hopefully PP has learned their lesson with the draft and will come back stronger here in this best of 3. But, I mean, we'll have to see as we get into the next map here sometime soon.
We'll see, and now you have a chance to re-predict with your bestie bucks as Voslin comes away with the large payout. We have to know what the number was, by the way. We were talking about it a little bit there. Or actually, we could probably just look at the payout because it was the entire pool, because there was only one person that had on OTP. But nonetheless, yeah, but, then the question now becomes, what adaptations can you actually make, given that it is a best of 3 and you're heading into another game? Is there, Borg, maybe in your mind, a piece of this puzzle that you would most like to ban away?
Ban the Finny. That's so broken. It's so broken, guys. As much as I love playing it, and I think it's a really, really fun pick, it's so broken. Imagine like Zoe from League of Legends for any League players out there, but has a giant AoE gravity pull ult. It's a bit crazy here. And on Amy's app, I'm expecting to see, a little bit of a different look here. We'll have to see coming into here. Fiery hovering that Juliet. I believe it got banned away last match as very, very good, very scary Julie player. And I'm looking at these predictions right now. I have 45k bestie bucks. What should I spend it on? I'll decide here soon after the ban phase. Rasmus actually getting banned away on the side of PP Legends, and I believe that was the Amy, if I saw that correctly. Yeah, the Amy. I'm not sure who that is supposed to be taking that away from, but they left the Finny up. Finny up with X. They're probably going to play the same exact comp.
Yeah, might as well, right? It worked so well for you there, but...
Oh, Luna!
Okay, Luna comes out, but
so I actually think Luna's scarier. I think it's scarier,
right? Yeah, exactly.
So it's actually more damage overall, but it's a little bit less. It's a little bit riskier, right? Because you have to save a lot of things. But on this map, I think this is Luna Goali's best map, if she would have a best map. But with that nuke, just watch. It's going to be a Spark and a Timeless Awakening opening here as Wook, the Rune, going to be getting that, and same with the same with Maloom, the Finny, going to be getting that Timeless as well, as Wook is already almost dead.
Good God, they're so fast. It's Spark Vigility start specifically.
Yeah.
So many are just... I am not used to seeing strikers run around the stage this fast early in the game. I'm used to it being a slog. It's like, okay, finally, getting to the core, but not this time, I suppose. The single Spark comes in, and now you see the big finish, able to send the core back away to the possession here of PP, but still can't seem to find a goal barrier for either team, as Kasuna taken down incredibly low in the stagger bar. That was the misdirection again, wasn't it? I blinked on it.
I'm not sure what killed the Finny there, actually, but it might have been the Giga. I wouldn't be surprised, as 2 going down. Bar Pilot going to be defending for their life here, and no energy available, but they're able to defend, to get their forwards back up, and to get the barrier with that Luna Rocket. So very well played from Barb Pilot there, as we see the Finny trying to get their pass up to Maloom. Probably going to be back down to Katsuna, but tries to score, not quite able to find it. Maddie, the Iron Wall in goal. Wook just missing the core flip. No, he cashed it, as it's going to be now no barriers, but Wook looking awfully low as he finally gets in the Giga Blast. I believe the speed off of that, just propelling it forward off of the demon angle.
Able to find that one there, and that's one of these things, is that a well-placed Giga Blast can mean certain doom. Maddie, of course, a player, been on this high quite a bit. We'll see if he can find more of those going forward for KOs or goals. Now, Fiery forward here, floor flip right in front of the open goal barriers, the gates open, and is able to send it right back. PP with a quick first 2 goals on the board.
Yeah, it seems like they're a lot more composed on this map. I don't really know if it's the fact that Fiery gets the Juliet, but it's basically the same comp. I believe the Juliet just a little bit better at converting those goals than the Zentara overall. And, I mean, maybe they feel just a little bit more comfortable playing around, kind of more dangerous in the middle. You know, it seems like it'd be a little bit scarier with the damage, but Atlas Lab actually probably a little bit better for the damage comp on the side of OTP, as they do have the black hole to play around, which is basically another half of your health bar of a spell if they can hit someone into it. Whereas, you know, I mean, a little bit smaller of a hazard in the middle here on Amy Zet, but it doesn't really matter. Kasuna does not care, as just punches into the barrier, punches Fiery off of the map. And with the power play now, 5 more seconds, has the core flip there, but Maddie denying it with their own. And now we're going to be back to even here, as Wook looking damaged, however Fiery is back online.
Rockets as well coming in from Bard Pilot have done a number on the stagger bars as this full damage composition continues. Kitsuna, nice strike down looking for the angle, but it's saved away by the discipline of Maddie. Now Strike War right there. It's Kitsuna that wins it, and it'll put OTP on the board.
Yeah, using that superior X size to win that Strike War. I mean, Spark of Agility as well, helping out, just walk backwards to help win that Strike War as well. Bottom corner, nothing fancy, just kind of consistent pressure. Goalie's going to crack one of these days, and he cracked there. Maddie, well played so far, but might have to step it up here, as, I mean, they are, with that banish, killing Kitsuna early into the middle. Well played from Wook.
There's the Bob, comes out here. The dash forward from Bard Pilot won't find the core. Fiery, though, once again, in the Fiery Flurry, finds the goal barrier. Now Wook has a dribbling opportunity. Will use this, and this is an interaction of all time. This has been around for a long time. That Gravity Wild and Timeless Creator. Interesting there. Now misdirection doesn't quite connect. Was so close, but nonetheless, goal barrier is found, and Maddie can't find the core in time. Nice shot down to the bottom corner. Equalizes this first set.
Yeah, Maloom, great play there, actually getting that barrier, getting it off of the top there, bouncing it, and then finding the redirect with the secondary on the Finny, right? And usually you use that for damage, but able to find it so it hits Maddie. It actually, I believe, hit Wook as well, and found the goal. So well played there, as well played from Wook. They're finding another banish kill onto Katsuna. It's definitely what they're going to have to keep looking for if they want to get here, as Maddie looking for that flip, unable to find it. Great save from Bard Pilot using that rush, but a little bit unlucky there, Maloom, with the Finny ult, misplacing it a little bit. It actually dragged it into her own net. So that's actually one thing on Finny on a map like Demon Days, for example, with the round barrier, is actually putting it so it just drags it into the barrier over and over again. It's a little bit cringe. We might see it in the grand finals or something here later on. Either way, we'll see it at some point as we get into draft. Primetime Kai getting rewarded here as PP get the first sets. Glass Cannon onto the Luna. Finny probably going to be going for, could go for other things. Wants to deny the Big Fish away from the Julie. Great choice. Quick Strike and Spark. You know, Fiery going to have 2 Sparks now, as Fire up now for Katsuna. Definitely not a bad pick, as they are getting these flips a lot more often. However, have been dying to banish recently, so might have to look to stay alive here and use that energy up so crucially.
But to go back to that first pickup from Maddie, it seemed like some of the time could have been a simple barrage that does the difference, and now having that extra charge event will be critical here and might help swing things over for PP. You see the big finish sends it back, keeping the pressure alive here for the blue team as Fiery finds a punch to the barrier. Maddie's forward with the barrage as well, and Fiery finds the way to put it back past Bard Pilot. Exactly the position you don't want to be in as the Luna goalie, with that Juliet standing oh so close to you.
Yeah, actually the Finny secondary also hit that close into Bard Pilot's goal there, so a little bit of a misplay from Loom. But one thing, we actually didn't really catch it over there, I didn't talk about it, but Katsuna evaded that, they started evading these Obscuras, these, these banishes. So if we see more of that from Katsuna, it's going to be very, very difficult. However, I say that, I mean, the double banish, unable to find anything off it, but a little bit of chip damage as Maloom. Actually, I need to learn the Finny names for the abilities. I'm a little bit of a bad caster. Haven't learned them yet. But
I looked it up today, and I wrote it down on my sheet. It's misdirection, double take, and big finish.
Okay, big finish. Got it. I'm gonna do that as Bard Pilot finds the big finish onto Fiery there with the rocket.
Looking for this one here. Goal barrier open. Maloom tries to keep it forward, but no. It'll fall back on over to Wook. Tries to find a dribble. Oh, nice pass back to themselves on the anomaly. Still forward here, but the defense holds for a moment. Fiery comes up with a KO against Bard Pilot. But oh, Fiery is still able to put it back. Kitsuna Bloom not back far enough, and it will go find the net. Gotta say, seen numerous times today where that big finish is used on the goal line. Seen it backfire at least twice today. I don't think it connected with the core that time, but that is a scary thing to be doing, I think, if you are the Finny. I mean, we know Finny's a bit of a trickster here, but you can't want to be playing games at your own goal line that much, right?
Yeah. Actually, what happened in that last goal was Kitsuna punching Fiery actually punched the core into their own net. So that was a little bit of an oopsie for sure, but you know, either way, finding a KO onto Fiery. However, they're answering it here, finding a KO onto Maloom. Kitsuna looking awfully low, gonna need to flip, but does not want to burn it and dies for it. Barb Pilot around the world, back in time though, as they're trying to find it. Great save, great core flip, as you know, the barrier's gonna go down anyway. Great stop there, but unable to get it as their strike was on cooldown. Call an emote for sure off of that one, and Wook teleporting back in style finds that goal, and it's a 2-0 now for PP. I mean, what did I tell you? It feels like this time the Julie, a little bit more of a comfort pick for Fiery, is definitely making the difference as he's going to get 3 sparks now.
Oh my, 3 sparks, power, speed, and now stagger all increased. Spark of Focus is online for one of the other players that took Spark of Agility first, but you're not going to be able to match the triple spark at this point. Otherwise, to see that specialized training going over to Barb Pilot as well, picking up a little bit of extra damage, and with cooldown reduction on this Finny as well, maybe we will see more of this whole damage composition idea from OTP come online. See what exactly happens, though, as Fiery's able to find the connection there off of the redirect from the goal barrier. Calling emote used once again, and quick goal here for PP. It's now like a what is that, 5 goals in a row for them?
I believe so, something like that. 4 or 5 at the very most, but you know, you said more damage, but I don't think it's going to matter, especially with Fiery playing like that. And Wook also finding these critical banishes. I said it before about evading the banishes, but it's so incredibly weird, I mean, to do. I don't really think it's hard, it just feels a little odd. You know, from Beta not being able to do that, it definitely just feels like a weird thing. But Fiery, what's not a weird thing is these oh-so-consistent dash punches that I've been seeing since basically the beginning of time. You know, tried and true, able to find the goal here. It's 2nd in a row for Fiery, looking to put this away early and get to this 3rd match.
Gears are turning in my head, and I have to take a moment to fully process this, but it feels like the Luna goalie hasn't been able to actually find the clears, especially when it's Juliet is staring you right in the face again. We see it come through from Fiery to pick up that goal barrier, and just with less core control, with a higher emphasis on this damage. It's another KO here. Fiery likely putting this one away, and there it is, the Fiery Flurry. There's the victory that comes in for PP, setting us to a game 3. But with more damage, less core control, that Luna goalie feels like it. We thought it would be scarier for the higher damage, but doesn't have the same space denial tools maybe as the Vice.
Yeah, and I mean, really, the Vice just a little bit better on that defense, a little bit more space now, like you said. And I think both of them are kind of weak to the Julie, though, as I've kind of been thinking overall. So definitely going to be expecting a Julie ban, not an Amy ban from here on out, as I'm not really sure what the Game 1's first ban was. I cannot remember.
It had,
but
I don't. Julie, right?
I think it was. I don't know. Maybe Fiery was trying to practice that Zentaro. I don't think Zentaro is the best in this comp. Definitely needs a little bit more damage, you know, with the Zentaro to make full use of it. But 7 goals here for Fiery. Definitely on their, I mean, his most played striker for sure is that Juliet. But I don't know. I mean, it's going to be a change here, I believe, for OTP. I don't know if they're going to change their comp. I think the Julie definitely was the key factor in that game, as it is very, very hard to play Luna goalie into a Juliet because you really don't have a tool to stop the dash punch other than just not letting him get it there in the first place. So, I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see as we're loading it for the next game shortly.
Once again, decisions to be made with new information gleaned back to the striker select, but hey, both these teams come in here to play, and prove their worth in the inaugural edition of Omega Strike by Amplify. Both these teams, once again, folks, if you're just joining us, they are sitting in losers finals. This will decide who is knocked out at third and who gets to challenge Oshino Coreflip in the grand slot, which will also be a best of 3 with no bracket reset. Now we head over to Oni Village for our third and final game of this series. Borg, how does Oni Village play into things here?
So I think that this is going to be definitely a little bit more favored towards PP, as I mean, I hate to say it, but I do believe they are the more experienced and the slightly better team. I'm going to definitely give them an edge in terms of that. We see a little bit of mixed feelings on the side of OTP on what they wanted to ban. One wanted the Julie, one wanted the Amy again. I don't really know why they're banning the Amy away from them. I think definitely strong in Oni Village, but I don't think they would play it even if it was up. I don't really know what the thought of that is there, as we're going to be seeing pretty much a completely new comp from OTP. Not surprised about that, as Oni Village notoriously hard to kill on. So going to be going with that Rasmus, which is a little bit better instead of the X. Actually, the X I believe was banned away. So and the Drakkar as well. So definitely, I think better of a comp for this map. I think both comps, you know, the weakness on this game overall is that Luna goalie. But, I mean, Barb Pilot, actually it's Katsuna on the Luna forward and Barb Pilot with the Drakkar goalie. So I actually like this way better.
Castellast and Spark of Resilience are our starter awakenings here as Core Speed cruising back on Oni Village. Here comes the Bomba once again. Clear it up to the top side here and keep it away from these members of PP for a moment, but this core is still finding the speed lanes and evading our players for now.
Yeah, one barrier to one, as a great save there from Barb Pilot. And, I mean, kind of going to be chill here for the first little bit. It's only once, you know, levels start coming in and the later rounds where things will speed up, but kind of, I guess the big difference here is, will the Luna forward make a difference comparatively to the Rune? Excuse me, I'm a little bit stumbling on my words right now. But I think Luna forward, I mean, definitely, I think fairly strong in this map. I know some people have a lot of mixed opinions. I think it definitely is a good mix-up, as I think the Luna nuke able to secure a lot of these last goal barriers, especially against melee goalies. But with the Kai, I mean, it's going to be a little bit harder, as the last one does go down anyway, but so does the Luna. So Barb Pilot and Loom definitely just have to stall here. But Barb Pilot says, I don't need to stall, I'm just going to score with the shotgun combo, making it go a little bit faster. So Colin for sure. I mean, that was well played. Good angle.
Colin for sure.
Calling for sure on that one. I'm gonna call on that one.
It's like, okay, but let's put this into the perspective of, like, you're a casual person in an Omega Striker.
They
have no idea what's going on.
They just won't get it. It's fine.
Like, there isn't even anything to describe what the feeling of Colin is, or like what it means.
I mean, K-Bot, you just sound like a hater right now. You just sound
you're
like
right.
a hater.
I'm a hater. You're right.
You just sound like a Colin hater, and that's not going to fly. If you saw actually last night when Colin started, you know, gaining a little bit of popularity, as Katsuna probably going to be gaining a lot of popularity here with the viewer base after that play. Very, very strong nuke there. Great player, actually known for their Luna forward, so they have been playing it a lot. But, well, you know, what I was saying in general is the Omega Strikers official Discord actually changed their profile picture to the Colin emote for a good, like, 20 minutes. So, you know, the wave is coming, and it's not stopping.
Well, the fact that it's still not the Colin probably means that the wave has stopped, or subsided at least temporarily. But nonetheless, I digress. Is 2 goals on the board for OTP means that this is set point here, and Katsuna again on the boost, able to find the goal barrier. Core is banished though, and a KO comes through. Power play opportunity, but it's Katsuna that'll fall away now. Nice death touch from Bloom, tries to pull it back, but no, won't get rewarded with a goal this time. Well done by Wook, keeping this one alive for now as well. But Bloom on the dribble will get interrupted by the anomaly. Up to Fiery, no dice this time. The boost was slightly wide from Katsuna, trying to cover the lower angle. There's the rocket as well coming out. Matty doesn't have strike to send it away, and now the anomaly trying to come in again from Wook. Get it forward to Fiery. Get this Juliet the Rock, but it hasn't happened so far. thanks to the core control switch up here, as now Katsuna once again looking for the goal. Maddie is still back and likely still has another set of the barrage up. Oh, nice core flip there. Bar Pilot, quick thinking, able to find the save there. Now Wook forward once again. It finds the shotgun of Bar Pilot. Katsuna tries to find the strike back, but it's once again met with an anomaly. Still looking for this one, but it goes just past everyone. That's the overtime core speed there as Maddie finds the goal.
Yeah, I believe Bar Pilot just not quite, either a little late with that shotgun or it just, was not quite off cooldown. I know they definitely did just use a couple of those shotgun charges earlier, so not quite sure which one. Either way, great core flip there in general. I was just dead already, basically, from that Luna burst. Luna, probably the highest burst damage in the entire game, and with a Finny as well, it might be a little crazy. There is no Finny in this game, though, as, things are kind of dialing back down a tiny bit. As KO on to Maddie there, actually, as Wook dying again. I mean, they still have a ton of damage in this team comp as Bar Pilot goes invisible. I don't know where he is. It scares me every single time, but he tried to get the goal there. Fiery getting the barrier instead, but still the power play for 7 seconds. Wook down. Katsuna and Bloom need to find this one. As he does.
A nice pendulum swing comes through for Bloom. And that'll be the set on over to OTP, who... reminder, took game one pretty convincingly with their high damage composition, and now showing that they've got another look to them as well as we head on over to our first carousel. Picks completely staggered back and forth, evens odds.
Yeah, and as we get into this draft, we'll see Pancakes on to the Luna. I definitely think Pancakes, the stacks on stacks, very, very strong train. Just on this map on whatever character you really want. Luna definitely going to be making use of it very well in the midfield. Nothing else too crazy. The quick strikes on the direct, very important. Spark of focus onto Maddie there. That's 2 sparks, definitely going to matter. The reverberation onto Fiery, going to give a little more cooldown, and the bulk up onto Bloom. So, I mean, nothing too crazy. Also, Wook actually did get the Orb Dancer, which could mean something later as long as they are not dying, but they have been taking so much damage this game already, so I believe they will find a kill on him at least at some point in this game.
I will say for Fiery that reverberation alongside the spark of resilience, not enough to prevent the boost from downtown coming through for Katsuna. And now, Anomaly gets sent away there with hitting the core once. 2 dodges come out, getting around the Bomba coming through from Katsuna. And now, looking forward, but no, can't quite capitalize on it for now. Whoop, still trying to find Fiery, but so many projectiles, so many things to try to dodge it around. And Fiery still looking to try to go forward. Doesn't quite have the speed to keep up with the core at this stage of the game either. Whiplash out here. Now the banishment, though, is able to be found. Anomaly will take half of Bloom's stagger bar. They'll be looking for the KO again, but now it goes around the world off of the Anomaly. Woo, looking once again for Fiery, but can't find it. There's the pit. Pass back on over. Wins the strike war and takes a shot towards the net. Nice barrage, though, out of Maddie. Still, once again, looking for this here. Woo, trying to send this one in down. Core flip out. Nice pendulum swing to secure the goal barrier from Bloom. Maddie with the this is fine. Knows he might have had that one, but nonetheless, barrage keeps it away from Bloom for now. He's going so fast in the whiplash. No. Denied for now. Anomaly, once again, still can't quite find a way to get this up to Fiery. That's been the story so far. And now, Vanish on the core. This Anomaly comes out. Katsuna still standing right there. And now Boost comes through. Now the Death Touch back to Bloom as well. Whiplash, again, taking shots towards the net. But Maddie's able to send them all away and still keep the Energy Burst alive for now. But finally, maybe back the other direction. No, Fiery isn't quite in position. And Katsuna's there. Core flip out of Maddie, sends it back the other way. Giga Blast, we are still in overtime. Set 2, this is 0-0, first goal in this set. Welcome to Oni Village, where the core just goes back and forth, but Katsuna finally finds the boost. It'll get it around Maddie's barrage.
Yeah, I believe my only commentary in that last maybe 3 minutes was "ooh" twice when Katsuna made a really good Luna dash play. So definitely very well played. Like I said earlier, very actually experienced Luna forward player. So see the core flip there, dodging the banish. And thank you for that. And the banish, and also, helping out in the midfield. I think the story of last round, though, is really Bloom and Katsuna's presence on the map, and just the fact that Wook really couldn't get any part of that core, right? And Maddie just being forced to save so much and has to break at some point, right? As Fiery needs to get their hands, needs to get involved in this play, and that's kind of the, you know, the difficulty with Juliet on this map is that if you don't have a midfielder that can get it to you, you feel kind of out of it. I mean, as the lowest level in the game right now, level 4, not even close to leveling up now, as they're still, you know, about 70% of the way there. So going to be looking to try to get into this game a bit more, as Katsuna says, no chance. Another Luna dash getting into this bottom corner. Maddie, I mean, there's only so much you can do as the Kai goalie, as you're just getting onslaughted with how much pressure Bloom and Katsuna are bringing.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, I mean, whoop, when you're playing this midfield role, right? How are you actually going to have an influence over the core, especially when you're working with a Luna that's dashing all around the map at the speed of sound, and the Rasmus that's got quite a bit of speed himself, and then also has that sight that he can swing around quite well. You have so very limited options, and the best you can do is put up an anomaly and hope it goes the direction that you want it to. But it's not those consistent passes to get this core in front of Fiery. Now Fiery Flurry tries to find it, but no. Can't seem to do it there. There's the banish onto one. Core flip used by Fiery here, but it's enough time for Katsuna to get back in time. Weakened shot there towards the net. Barb Pilot is still send it away, and now potential power play opportunity as Fiery gets taken off of the pitch. There's the anomaly. Whoop to themselves, looking for the top corner, and is able to find it there. Beautiful dribble with the anomaly.
Yeah, they needed that really bad. I mean, well played from Wook finding that actually strike or win with the anomaly from Barb Pilot's clear. He thought he was safe, but he was not, as Katsuna is able to get back in time to save that. But well played. I mean, it seems like Fiery's kind of getting their hands on it a little bit more. Wook leveling up a bit, realizing he needs to kind of get control of this core a bit better. But it still feels like a little bit of an advantage on the side of OTP overall. But, you know, could change at any point. As we see a banish, that's going to be a kill here coming in through. But not quite, actually. I believe the castle lasts just a little bit too long, and that first pillar didn't quite hit as well as Wook thought. So well played from Katsuna moving out of that. But, you know, well played from Loom there, finding the pendulum, getting that last barrier. And this has been the story, right? This barrier is coming down early for Maddie, and Katsuna and Loom just kind of free-firing onto them over and over again until he crumbles.
Yeah, and now goal barrier is open here. Still looking for their opportunity as OTP, trying to set them ahead in 2 sets, but Wook able to find the goal barrier, now has the core flip as well. Cloak, though, used. Now Banish comes out in addition. Fiery looking for this. No, can't find it there. There's the boost from Katsuna, though, to knock Maddie back and secure the deal there. 2-0 in the favor of OTP.
Yeah, I mean, two sets it out. It seems like PP had a little bit better of a showing that, you know, in the last 2 points or so, but still not quite able to put away. Like I said, I believe the comp advantage and just the way that they're playing is a little bit better. I think the Rasmus definitely very, very strong as he gets rewarded with this big fish. This size so important, as we said a million times. However, another Giga Blast is going to be pretty important. You know, I say another one, but basically another one as extra special just lowers that cooldown so incredibly much, as we're going to see another spark here coming in to Barb Pilot as Timeless onto the rune. So very good. Super Surge, not going to do too much for Barb Pilot. Not really sure why he didn't take Glass Cannon there, but I guess wanted to take it away from the Julie, as Julie does get the Glass Cannon. Definitely not a bad training on this map, though, especially with how little Fiery has been getting hit or really pressured at all. So if he can get his hands on the core, maybe he can get to a little bit better of a spot. So we're going to have to see how this plays out as he gets the first goal barrier, and things are looking a little bit good here for PP at the start of this set here.
That increased speed, more places at once is what it feels like, and exactly what Fiery wants to do, wants to be. And now dashing forward, looking at the second goal barrier, won't find it there. Whoa, up there with the anomaly, but Barb Pilot able to send it into the speed lane and into the goal barrier on the other side of the pitch. Maddie dodged there, and now trying to find the core here is the side of OTP, looking for connections, looking for passing plays, but it's back over to Fiery, sends it back to the goal barrier, and the goal gates will open for a moment. Anomaly goes out here. Now Maddie over to Wook. There's the core flip that comes out there as well. Now Banish used on the core. We'll find the anomaly here, but it gets sent right on over to Bloom. Again, OTP still struggling with this barrier. Maddie's been playing exceptionally well, especially with that prime time. And now Fiery able to dash forward. Actually, Maddie might not have gotten prime time. That might have been a different game. They're all running together at this point.
Yeah, that's okay. Sorry, I was muted. I was taking a quick sip of water, but PP looking a little bit stronger. Like I said, Fiery able to finally, get involved, get that dash punch in. Still a very scary player if he can get his hands on the core, and that's kind of been the name of the game here from the side of OTP to not allow to happen. Get Fiery away from the core as he now has his core flip, looking to use it here. Possibly doesn't need it. Actually uses it anyway. Not quite sure. I believe he might have casted that earlier, but still ended up using it anyway. Got the barrier regardless, mission completion as Katsuna and Bloom looking here. But the Giga Blast with that extra special as well, the decreased cooldown is going to have it in a second anyway, taking Katsuna off of the map. But Maddie out of position, playing a little bit too aggressively as Barb Pilot clears and gets that last barrier. Bloom looking for this core flip angle. Katsuna looking for the dash, not able to find it as Barb Pilot getting in there too with that core flip, but nothing seems to be getting past Maddie. Maddie does not want to lose this set here as he keeps saving over and over again. Wook dribbling it down to the bottom, has that core flip, using it for nothing, but does not get hit by that Luna nuke. Almost goes in. Maddie saving it again. Great banish there from Wook. Great rune pillar with that timeless. Going to be keeping it away for now. But man, I mean, one barrier to none. It looks like PP's kind of just on their last legs here. Just something's going to go in at this point. As we see here, Fiery has nothing now. Bloom playing a little bit of midfield. Katsuna almost finds it as Bloom gets it downwards. I mean, it's just Oni Village, right? Attack, attack, attack. One of these days they're going to get it, people.
Yeah, this core finding all sorts of weird angles off of the corner there as well, as you saw it. Lose control. Now back down to Bloom here. Whiplash out. Boost. Nice core flip from Maddie, who's been playing this open goal gate so well so far. Anomaly out once again. The banish, though, comes through onto one. Fiery Flurry out, but it doesn't connect with the barrier. Another Anomaly, but it's defended again, and the boost comes through. Katsuna will find the net for OTP.
Dude, I love Luna Forward because I can just make so many noises whenever things happen because it's always so hype, right? Flies in with the core flip, gets the kill and the goal. I mean, how can you not like watching that, right? I really think Luna Forward is actually a lot better this patch, especially with Finny too. Imagine a Finny goalie with someone that's competent as well, how much damage is going to be coming through, how much pressure from the Luna is going to be coming through. I'm excited to see what this new patch has, in store for everybody. But, this game, no Finny, none of this nonsense here quite yet, but Luna Forward looking quite strong so far.
Rather strong. Now, we'll be able to find the rest of the goal bearers here. They might on this power play opportunity as Wook is taken off of the pitch. Katsuna on the dribble, keeps it forward, boosting away as well, but Fiery's there to intercept for now. Pendulum Swing won't find the goal barrier there either, and now Wook on the respawn is able to immediately have an impact on the play. Maddie, nice strike up to the top side, sends it away from the barrier, well timed there. And now Anomaly, Fiery, able to find this as well. There's the core flip, Barb Pilot patiently baits out Fiery's core flip as well. Bloom, Pendulum Swing, back down the other way. The strike shot doesn't quite get it away from Fiery, who's finally able to kick it into the net here, and it's a set point for PP.
Yeah, I mean, great core flip there from Fiery. PP definitely don't want to go down early in, getting third place here in this losers finals. They definitely can do it, but they need, as we've said multiple times, they really need to get Fiery the core. Fiery is the key to their success. As, Maddie can only hold it down for so long, but Katsuna has something to say about it as just a Luna combo, finding that kill onto Fiery. And really just going to give a pressure here. They should get this last barrier. There's so much pressure going in. Yep, Katsuna with the core flip will do it. Fiery finally back online, but can they save it in time? The Vanish and Rune actually Pillar able to do it for it, but Bloom with the Whiplash able to recast. Maddie had that core flip, but did not react in time. Well played from Bloom, and it's just an onslaught from OTP.
And now it's match point for OTP, who would love to just set this one away and not have to worry about what might come. Double goal barriers, though, lost and taken away. Luke will look for the pass on up to Fiery. The shotgun is just a bit too early, and Fiery will still collect the core. PP with a set on the board.
Yeah, I mean, get a set finally, right? It's kind of similar to last match. They're able to find one set, but will it really save them here? We'll have to wait until the draft. As, wow, okay, definitely some things that could save them if they get them. We'll have to see. Specialized training on the Kai is one of them going to be taken away here. I expect the build different being taken away by one of them. Twin Drive onto Luna, one of her, best trainings in the game. I'm expecting the direct to take the build different. Doesn't! Wait, Fiery doesn't either. What? Leaving it up for the Rasmus.
So Fiery has bulk up and Spark of Resilience as well.
It doesn't matter.
So
It doesn't matter.
It's going to be flying. There's a lot of speed there.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, I guess we'll see. I don't know. He doesn't even see. I mean, he's pretty fast, I guess, right? With the glass cannon, we'll have to see when he gets hit.
Look at how fast he is! Dear goodness.
I don't know. We'll see if that's... He needs to come back with that speed in order to help. Maybe, it is the right call. I guess the speed is pretty good. I don't know. Built different. It just seems a little bit scary because not only are you, not getting one of your best trainings, you're also giving it to Rasmus, who has double size now, which is mainly the reason why I don't really think it's the best idea. The speed's great, but why not just get size, get involved a bit more as Loom. I mean, we'll see a couple of these crazy pendulum swings this set for sure in general, but even with the speed, it just feels like Julie's struggling to get involved. That doesn't matter because the specialized training from Maddie, one of the best Giga Blasters in the game, able to do it as Fiery, gets that kill anyway, doesn't need the size, and Katsuna saving it. Wait a minute, no, there's nothing you can do. I mean, there's just too many abilities going through. Gets it in at one point. Wook able to find the top corner.
Finds it there. By the way, fantastic strike from Barb Pilot to send it away right before getting KO'd as well over to the top side, making that potential saves come in from Katsuna that much easier. And by the way, the anomalies look a little bigger as well, as Rune was able to pick up. I believe it was I think then Money Miller's time was greater either way. Or I'm just crazy at this point, and I've watched 5 hours of Omega Strikers, and I can't tell what size is proper for the Rude Awakeners. No, okay, has Timeless Critter and Money Miller's. Okay, I'm not completely crazy. That's huge for me.
Yeah, huge indeed. I kind of just wanted you to try to figure that out. I could have said something. I chose not to, but, that's just kind of, the way the cookie crumbles here as we're getting into... I mean, sometimes, like I said, I might have, not 100% been ready to cast this. However, we're making it do, we're kind of making do as I'm stumbling on my words once again, as the Rune Pillar once again finds the goal. Wook finding a lot of these, finding the last goal and this one as well. The Rune Pillar definitely very, very strong once you get both trainings on it. So we're going to be seeing kind of that main thing here, but it feels like OTP kind of wavering a little bit more. I mean, they were Onslaught, and it feels like they're trying to just keep the pressure on, but they're just not really finding a lot of, missing a couple strikes, missing a couple abilities, getting knocked off at the edge by Fiery here and there, and by these Gigas. But they got to wake up here a little bit. They have a set to do it, but don't want to be getting into another draft, I believe.
It's the speed. Fiery is now Sonic. It's the speed. I'm literally just saying that to mess with you now.
It's okay, I deserve it.
But double core flips online here for PP. Wook will use one. Bloom sends it back the other way, and Maddie uses the other. That actually was the best caster curse moment I've ever seen in my life. Predicting when the core flips are all going to get exchanged. Now, though, still looking for this one. Wook on the anomaly, Fiery in the speed lane. Can't find the core this time. Pass up. No. Denied for now. Once again, looking for this. No. Strike war. One. Sent away here by Bloom, but it finds the barrier nonetheless. And now Wook looking for the dribble off the anomaly. Now actually uses the blink back to the other side to collect the core. Won't quite find it now off to the corner. Fiery, a little less in the speed. Now starting to pick it back up as he gets left untouched for a little while longer, and the glass cannon speed starts to come online. Now Pendulum Swing will connect and interrupts Fiery from taking a shot there. He's still looking for the set win here, sending us to a set 5 in this game 3, but now sent away as Bloom's Pendulum Swing will connect with the double size trainings there. Finds its mark. Still looking for this other goal barrier, though. Looking for the pass on over to Katsuna. No, can't find it there as Fiery finds yet another flurry to take Katsuna away. Anomaly able to get it up here to the speed lane, but it goes right around Fiery. Now collecting at the bottom corner. There's the dash to come through, and it's a set 5 in our game 3.
Doesn't even need the speed there, as he's just, Fiery's just there, right? Waiting for that core, that great clear from Maddie. And I mean, a lot of, these are the kind of trainings we have to work here left. A lot of good ones. We'll have to see. Let's go see Primetime on the Kai. Definitely going to happen here, as I'm expecting a Deadeye onto Luna, one of her best trainings, if not her best training in general. But go Spark. Okay, I'm going to need to see a tab after this. Denies the Spark from Fiery, I'm assuming here. Doesn't want more speed. Definitely a good move there. Hot shot onto Drakkar. Very, very good choice. Very strong training on the Drek. I'm expecting the rune here. Takes the Orb Replicator, actually, and Deadeye onto Maloom. Okay, so interesting draft here. Nothing too much is going to change. I think it's going to be a little bit harder, you know, as much as it's already been difficult for Katsuna and Maloom to be scoring. And Katsuna actually has 3 sparks. I forgot that Katsuna had the Spark of Strength in that third set. So, I mean, look how fast Katsuna is, too. So definitely going to be a part of a lot more plays here. Very strong. And I definitely don't disagree with that decision now, denying Fiery a little bit more speed, which, as you know, making a deal of already here, Sonic not quite going to become Supersonic, as Maloom finds that KO, but it doesn't matter because Fiery is there with the dash.
Puts the goal away, and again, it's a battle for speed here. Fiery or Katsuna trying to find those goal barriers. See what happens is now fake outs here early on in the speed lane. Barbara will land here. Wook on down. Fiery won't collect the core this time, though. And now back on up to the top side of the map, banishing the core. The boost comes in from Katsuna, and it slowly is drifting towards that barrier, but it's still sent away just in time. Death Touch back down to Maloom, trying to keep up the pressure, but no, can't find it there. And Barb Pilot doesn't send it away from the goal barrier. Fiery now has an opportunity, but once again, it's sent away. All of the cooldowns expended by Fiery there. Doesn't have anything to put it back once again, and now goal barrier is exchanged, equalized, back the other way. Bloom still looking for this one. Pulls Fiery Black, adds a little bit more, a little less speed, I should say. Now Boost comes through, doesn't quite get the timing on it there, and now Fiery's in position to try to disrupt things here as well. Bloom still looking for this one, but the banish comes through onto Wook. Fiery looking for the angle on the bottom side of the pitch. No, still cleared away. Pendulum swing looking to connect. Double core flips used, but Maddie's still there to save it as well. Able to keep it away and actually finds the timing of the core flip, but gets connected with the boost from downtown once more. And Katsuna puts it away.
I mean, they got it anyway, right? They ended up getting it. They should have had that point regardless, had the 2 core flips, ended up overlapping them a little bit, kind of messing with a little bit of anti-synergy. Maybe, you know, comms a little bit too quiet there. Maybe no comms, you never know. But it feels like Maloom is overall finally using this size, though, on the Rasmus, actually getting, I guess, that second barrier from it, and able to get that, too, with the Death Touch back to him. But great banish here, gonna be getting not knocked off the map, you know, just a little bit of damage through, a lot of damage through, as Fire also hits them there with that dash punch. But Maloom looking to get involved here. Katsuna as well with the spark, with the speed, with maybe the dash. Maloom bringing it, trying to dribble. Barb Pilot basically all alone, doing whatever they want. Fire has that core flip though, so they need to watch it. They need to keep this forward on the PP's side. As I say that, Fiery gets the core right in front. Katsuna unable to save it, getting the last gold barrier bound. Great core flip from Fiery. Great pillar there from Wook, saving it there. As Fiery with the Fiery Flurry, you know, his namesake, Fiery, the Fiery Flurry, able to get it, able to tick kind of that last, I guess, frame of the core flip from Barb Pilot. Well played.
Match point now for PP. Once again, a trip to Grands and a face-off against Oshino. Core flip is on the line for one of our 2 teams here. It'll be either 1 goal in for PP or 2 goals in for OTP. Whichever comes first. Bloom, pendulum swing, connects in the increased size. Now core flip used, but it's still saved by Manny there. Pulled back now is Wook, who gets sent off of the pitch. Pendulum swing forward once again. Bloom, his core flip as well. Starting to go down there. Doesn't connect with the core. But now the boost comes through, and the strike will hit it as well. We're on set 5, game 3, goal 5.
Oni Village, baby. Oni Village. As Katsuna saying, I don't even need Deadeye to get these kills or these goals, finding it, you know, and Fiery finding that first barrier to kick us off here on this set 5.5. Katsuna looking, gets Giga'd, not going to be anything too crazy though, as they do have the Spark of Resil from start. As, you know, a bit of a ping pong here. Barb Pilot able to get on the better end of it as Katsuna and Maloom are looking for this possession now. Katsuna dash, not quite able to find it. Maddie has that core flip as well for insurance as the banish coming through, but Maloom protecting Katsuna as Katsuna gets knocked into that pillar, but still, you know, unable to die, has so much stagger from these sparks, so definitely playing, you know, a little bit of a little bit of a big deal here as Maddie doesn't have that core flip anymore as Katsuna finds, oh my goodness, finds the last barrier and in the right position to win the strike war and get it in the top corner. Holy, they're going to grand finals.
find a way to do it is OTP. Finally, it comes through there as they find the last goal barrier and the connection off of the pendulum swing on up to Katsuna with that Luna forward once again. Tooth and nail both ways in that final game 3. Just what a match.
Yeah, I mean, Goat Suma, 9 goals on the Luna forward, 53k damage going through there. So definitely my MVP for that game. Bart Pilot playing incredibly well there too overall. You know, keeping it away from Fiery for as long as possible. And then can't forget about Maloon with the 6 KOs as well, 3 goals, 2 assists, and 275 redirects. So the most redirects in the game. Actually second most, right behind Maddie, who has 1 more at 276. I think Maddie, I mean, I would hate to be Maddie that game, right? Because Maddie just, look at this, 135 saves and 276 redirects. Felt like he had to do so much in that game as the Kai to actually keep it safe, since it is Wook just solo midfielding, trying to keep it away from basically what it seemed like a double, if not triple midfield. You know, it's got Maloom kind of running back with the Souls, you know, Katsuna with the twin drive dashes going wherever they want, and you can't forget about Drakkar Shotgun just going the entire length of their field to redirect it overall. So, I mean, well played from both sides. There's definitely a lot closer of a game. Pretty good series overall. You know, it had kind of like a stomp on both games for either side, and then an incredibly close Oni Village Set 5 Game 5 El Clasico to put us into grand finals against Oshino Coreflip.
And so PP will get the run back versus Oshino Coreflip, who took them out 2-0 in the winners final. It is Oshino Coreflip, though, that'll start with a game advantage. And, folks, we are going to bring you that grand finals game on the other side of this break. But this is the point where I will take my leave, because I have been casting on and off for about 5 hours now. And all the games are running together, and I don't think I can stand another 4 games of Mega Strikers. So I will put it on in the background and watch as I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you all for having me, and we will see you all on the other side of this break. Don't go anywhere. Francis is up next.
See you later.